Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Jessica Moore. First at 5, we are learning new details about the deadly crash at LaGuardia as investigators piece together the final moments before impact.
Federal officials say cockpit audio and flight data are now helping map out a critical timeline from the plane's final approach to the seconds before touchdown. Investigators also confirmed that there were just 2 people working inside the control tower at the time of the collision, and they will be interviewed sometime today. We're also learning more about the 2 pilots killed in this crash. They've been identified as Captain Antoine Foray and his first officer, Mackenzie Gunther.
From delays at the airports to the ongoing investigation, we have team coverage again tonight. Let's begin with Lisa Rozner, who was at today's NTSB briefing. She's live now with the latest. Lisa?
Well, Jessica and Christine, a lot of revealing info from today's briefing with the NTSB. The administrator making it clear that when they do these kinds of investigations, it is very rarely one failure. I'm going to step out so you can see live right now that people are on the scene of this collision site investigating. The administrator confirmed 2 controllers were working that night. She said it's not clear who was doing what. On top of that, a system that would have alerted the controller to a possible runway incursion did not go off.
Our aviation system is incredibly safe because there are multiple layers of defense built in to prevent an accident. So when something goes wrong, that means many things went wrong.
Tuesday, the NTSB shared the Air Canada flight crew confirmed its landing checklist was complete 1 minute and 3 seconds before landing. The preliminary info coming from a cockpit recorder, which shows at the same time an airport vehicle made a radio transmission to the tower.
But that transmission was stepped on by another radio transmission, and the source of who made that transmission has yet to be identified.
20 seconds before landing, an air traffic controller cleared the fire truck to cross the runway. But 12 seconds later, the controller instructed the truck to stop.
Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1.
At 6 seconds, there was a pilot transfer of controls from one pilot to the other.
The controller again told truck 1 to stop, and then the recording ended. The NTSB says 2 controllers were working in the tower at the time of the collision: the local controller who manages active runways and the immediate airspace, and the controller in charge.
It is not clear who was conducting the duties of the ground controller. These 2 positions were combined into 2 positions. And what we do know is that that is in the standard operating procedures for LaGuardia. It's for the midnight shift. It's also common practice across the national airspace.
We asked a former air traffic controller about common practice.
Normal operations of the tower would have the local controller talking on the runways, talking to the planes landing and taking off, and a ground controller would be talking to the vehicles, planes taxiing to the terminal or from the terminal out to the runways.
She said the controller was on duty for several minutes after the accident, which the administrator of the NTSB said is atypical. She wants to know, was there anyone at the tower there to relieve that controller? And the local controller is expected to be interviewed today. For now, the runway remains closed until Friday for this investigation. We're live at LaGuardia. Lisa Rozner, CBS News, New York.
Still a lot of questions there, Lisa. Thank you. From runway lights to alarms, the FAA uses numerous tools to keep runways safe. So why didn't those tools prevent this deadly crash? Investigative reporter Tim McNicholas is taking that very question to aviation professionals.
An air traffic controller cleared the Air Canada jet to land on runway 4. Then he cleared the Port Authority truck to cross that same runway, and the firefighters drove from the taxiway onto the runway. There were warning signs on the taxiway, or more specifically, warning lights, but at least one safety tool did not alert controllers.
Controllers at LaGuardia use a tool called an Airport Surface Detection System, or ASDX. It's supposed to track movement on or near the runway and alert controllers about potential collisions.
Their analysis shows that the ASDX system did not alert.
Now the NTSB is looking into why it didn't alert controllers Sunday night.
In order for ASDX to work well, you have to know where ground vehicles and aircraft are. So in this case, that vehicle did not have a transponder.
Another safety tool at LaGuardia, the flashing red lights you see on the taxiway. Surveillance video shows the Port Authority truck drive from the taxiway onto the runway, past the row of lights just before it collides with the plane. Former FAA Vice President of Air Traffic Organization Michael McCormick says those are what the FAA calls runway status lights.
They're flashing red because it knows that there's an aircraft on the runway and that it's unsafe to go onto the runway.
The automatic lights are installed at about 20 airports across the country, and the FAA posted this YouTube video 3 years ago explaining how they work.
Red in-pavement lights illuminate when it's not safe to enter, cross, or begin takeoff on a runway.
The NTSB is still investigating, but the head of the agency says the lights were functioning. McCormick, now a professor at Embry-Riddle's College of Aviation, agrees.
Regardless of whether you're a vehicle or if you're an aircraft, if you see the runway status lights flashing red, and you've been given a clearance to go out onto the runway or across the runway, you should question that clearance.
The latest data from the FAA shows there were 498 runway incursions in the first 4 months of this fiscal year. That's about equal to the same time period last year. Tim McNicholas, CBS News, New York.
Delays and cancellations persist at LaGuardia. By this afternoon, 310 flights were canceled and more than 330 delayed. Jenna DeAngelis spoke with travelers who are still waiting in long lines.
It's been an adventure so far.
Lisa Hunt and her family of 8 kids are getting very comfortable at LaGuardia after pulling an all-nighter. They were supposed to have a 1-hour layover, instead patiently waiting all day for a 9 p.m. flight to start their spring break.
I haven't seen any hostile people. I think everyone is just kind of going with the flow and hoping for the best.
Cindy Willard is among those staying positive despite experiencing 5 canceled flights since Monday.
Here's the thing. Nobody can do anything about it, and everyone's working really hard. My heart goes out to the TSA agents.
She captured this video of a long TSA line around 7:30 Tuesday morning, but all afternoon, lines remain short. A major improvement from the weekend as airports cope with a TSA staffing shortage amid the partial government shutdown. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is where the TSA line is behind me. And from the board, you can see it's about a 5-minute wait for TSA pre-check, and standard is about a 10-minute wait. But travelers who want to get through while lines are short are frustrated they can't because of delays.
We're traveling with a 3-year-old, and so now we can't check our luggage because you can only check it 4 hours before your flight.
We have a son at home we have to get home to, so we switched to Southwest, and that's been delayed once, but we're waiting to check in our bags so we can get home, hopefully.
The airport is operating at reduced capacity until at least Friday morning, when the runway where the crash happened is expected to reopen. Travelers are urged to arrive early and check the status of your flight. At LaGuardia, Jenna DeAngelis, CBS News, New York.
And to listen to the full NTSB news conference, as well as the full audio from air traffic controllers, head over to our website, cbsnewyork.com.